Hi, this is Tony from IBS. In this video, I'm going to explain how you can use ChatGPT to generate images to help you with your software development and layout of your applications. Let's say, for example, I need to create backgrounds for my applications, and I'm building a reminders app, and I want to need some kind of background to kind of put into that app so it looks better. So one of the things I did before, right, is just ask for reminder apps background images so that it generates for me. And by doing it with the AI, right, you have the rights. It's not copyrighted by anyone else, so you can freely use this app or these images because they're unique. So basically, I'm going to show you how you can do that with ChatGPT and Copilot. And actually, I'm going to do the same prompt for both of them side by side, so actually you can compare yourself which one is better, which one has better recommendations and features, and so on and so forth, and which one is faster as well. So let's jump into it, right? So in this window, this is a Microsoft Edge browser, which basically I just access my account with ChatGPT 4. What I'm going to do is just open Copilot so I can pass the same prompt to both of them simultaneously and see what exactly happens as it actually delivers the images. So let's jump into it, right? I have this prompt created, which I'm gonna paste here. I'm gonna paste here as well. I'm gonna click send almost simultaneously. So what I'm gonna ask them is I need to create an image to be the background of an app I'm developing. The app will send reminders to customers automatically based on defined recurrencies per item. The image needs to be a landscape and have elements of automation reminders. So let's see what happens and which ones actually created best. Before we do that, in ChatGPT 4, in order to create images, you want to make sure you select DALL-E 3 as a beta so that it can actually has the engine to generate images. Copilot by itself already has this DALL-E installed in it, and it can actually process and create images for you. What I'm going to do in this case is that I'm going to select it to be more creative to see if actually it beats ChatGPT in terms of creativeness all around. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click here. So both of the engines are now processing this information and basically analyzing and kind of whatever the magic it does, right? It's going through all the AI and probably looking into different elements. Maybe if it has some backgrounds links on different applications for reminders, maybe they're using how they actually look and kind of putting all that together. So let's see. DALL-E in ChatGPT is already creating it. Microsoft Copilot is already generating the image. So let's see. I believe ChatGPT will deliver about 2 images, and I think that Copilot will deliver about 4 every time. So let's look how it does it, right? It actually delivered 2 good images that actually are, they're fit for my need, which is basically an application, and I have all these reminders. So I got like calendars, and I guess the gears around here kind of represent the automation behind it with digital solution. Here it's kind of more futuristic, right? It's like drones and delivering packages, and you got like clocks and different reminders. So, and the whole world. So it looks pretty, looks pretty good. Looks pretty futuristic. Let me just zoom in so you can see a little bit more. I don't. Yeah, and you have like your agenda and some time. So all of these elements actually represent reminders. So I think it's a pretty good output. The only issue I see with DALL-E is usually on the text. Somehow it misspells everything every time. So just be aware of that. Sometimes I just keep asking and remove all the text, and then I would just put it on Canvas or something like that, where I can just add text myself and control that. But otherwise, just the design is pretty neat, pretty good, futuristic. It actually understands what I needed. So let's look at this one in depth. You can see how you can see the whole city, you can see the reminders, and you have like all these details, signals and flags similar to what you see on your phone today, right? And the drones look futuristic, like we're delivering something. So all this looks good. Now here I think Copilot went more into the landscape, right? So somehow he added the reminder, and maybe the landscape actually he delivered it as a square. So I believe that what understood about landscape was looking at the scene, right? A landscape of nature. And I think that's why it actually understood I was kind of looking detailedly at a landscape. So, I think at this point I will give it to ChatGPT. I believe it kind of understood it better. In this case, what we can do with Copilot is just fix these images. And I'm gonna say, hey, when I asked for landscape, it was on the layout, not to include a nature landscape. Please redo. So let's see what it generates now to see if it actually understands me better. As we can see, they're both using the same image generator, which is DAL E3. So I guess what the difference is what kind of logic it uses from ChatGPT versus Copilot to understand and kind of understand this better, because at the same time both Copilot is also using ChatGPT 4, but who knows, right? Probably Microsoft knows all the ins and out, explaining what are the difference and why it kind of produces different results every time. So let's see if this gets better this time. Let me just close all these tabs. I'm back to ChatGPT. I'm gonna close this one. So yeah, going back to ChatGPT, as you can see, it actually provided you some information about what you see on those pictures. Okay, so now it generated some more. Right, still processing some. Here it generated some other tasks, some other screens. Yeah, looks, yeah, it's an image. I still preferring ChatGPT in this case. Yeah, probably I need to provide more definition so you can understand it better. Elements animated. Okay, so somehow it came up with other different layouts here. But I think that all the pictures are squared, so I never understood the difference between landscape versus portrait. So I think that in this case I will just give it to ChatGPT. I think it delivered what I needed. I'm probably gonna go with this one. I just prefer it better, but you can just play with it, ask for changes, and continue to ask for changes until you actually get a picture of what you need. Now keep in mind that every time you ask ChatGPT or Copilot about modifying a picture that you actually provided you, and you just say, hey, remove the text from that first screen or first image, text from first image, what it's gonna do is it's not gonna just get this image and remove the text. It's probably gonna generate some differences between this picture or image versus the one it's currently generating. So keep that in mind. Sometimes you just mess it up, or maybe it's just better if you can just specify right up front that it will not include any text into it, and that way you don't, if you really like one picture, it doesn't get modified as you ask them for more changes. All right, so we're still looking at this. I'm gonna close Copilot for now. I'm just gonna go with ChatGPT. As you can see, it actually changed the layout, changed the font. It removed the text, which is great. But now I got two, one with text, one without text, and now I just need to define which ones I like. But as you can see, it kind of messes up with what you're asking every time. So keep that in mind. I think both tools are great tools to help you out in the future. So just keep looking at it. Feel free to subscribe to continue to see more. We're going to be spending a lot of time on AI going forward and how we use AI to either create applications or using in Power Apps, using in Flows, Power Automate, eventually Power BI, We got Excel, we got PowerPoint. We just have a lot to cover. So I strongly recommend you subscribe. I'm going to see you on the next one. Thank you.